Hey everybody. So recently we hired a new employee and he had a good question. One of our core values is empathy. And he was like, how can a company be empathetic? I don't really understand. Or how, like, what are you expecting from me when it comes to empathy? And I think that this is really important to talk about, not just because, even though it's not directly related to marketing, it actually does have a lot to do with marketing and with any business. And whether you're an employee, an employer, or an organization or company that's looking to hire an agency or provider, someone to work with, I really think that this is a very important thing to have, right? So when we talk about empathy, he asked me how as an employer, or and an organization, are you empathetic? And really what I thought about, what came to mind was one of the policies that we have, for example, with our employees is we don't count sick days. We don't count it. We don't count it against our employees. We pay them for them. And I don't tell people, hey, you have 5 sick days a year that I'll pay for. Otherwise, you're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle and you're on your own. I wouldn't do that to people because I have been in situations in my life where I had to decide whether it was more important to be with my wife in the hospital or meet a quota for sales, because if I didn't meet that quota, I could lose my job. And in the beginning, I would choose the job. Eventually, I learned that wasn't really the best thing to do, and I started to spend more time with my family, and of course, that caused friction with some employers that were not very empathetic towards their employees. So that's like one way that I believe an organization can be empathetic. So if you're looking for a job, then I think that it's important to look at whether that employer is going to be empathetic towards you, right? Know what it's like to think, oh my God, what is this person going through? And of course, if we feel that is being abused, we handle that in a different way, right? And then on the other side, there's as an agency and provider of a service for a company, we find it's very important to be empathetic towards the people that we're doing the work for. And I'll give you an example of that. We realized that we were hired by an online store to do all of their email marketing, and we noticed that the emails, as far as statistically were working, the open rates were good, click rates were good, but they weren't making a lot of money. So we started to look at, okay, what is the user experience, right? When they get on the website, are people buying? And then we found a lot of things that were not really best practices when it comes to the user experience. So I told someone on my team who's really good at this, hey, could you just write up like a bunch of things of what they need to change in order to make this right, and if we need to help them change it, we'll do that. And they asked me, why would we do that? They didn't hire us to actually do this. And I said, well, because imagine how they feel. They're paying us all this money. They want to see a return on investment. They don't understand why they're not making money, why these emails aren't making them money. They're losing money, and they really need somebody to really point this out and help them out, right? So obviously we wrote up the document and we helped them through that process, and things turned around. And it wasn't because we were hired to do that. It's because we could do that. And that's the whole idea behind being empathetic. So just a few thoughts, whether you're an employer, an employee, you're looking to work with an agency, like these are small qualities that I think are very important. I hope it was helpful. Thank you. If you like this, like the video, share it, comment, let me know if you have any questions.